friends, it's Jennifer from the patio, coming to you today with some more adding ephemera to my It's the Farm journal. So far I have sewed in three signatures to the journal. I'm using a file folder. I will link the first video of making the file folder and adding the journal page, the signatures in the description. And so then what I did is I went through and printed all 18 pages of the ephemera for the kit, It's the Farm. And then I just went through and just started putting in the ephemera, the belly bands, the pockets, the flip outs. This is a pocket. And so what I need to do now is I need to go back and I need to start adding tags, journaling cards, embellishments. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through today, and as much as I can, I'm going to make tags to go and journal cards to go in. So for my cover, for the front cover and the back cover, I'm going to make one of these. It's a pocket card. You can write on the back, but I'm thinking I'm going to make a really big one to go in, and I'm going to use 8.5, the length of the page of just a regular 8.5 by 11 page. So, but it'll fold over like this. So I'm going to use some of my coffee dyed paper. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Anyway, I'm going to use my coffee dyed paper because, and it's 65 pound. I tried to bend the 110. It was too big. And so I'm going to use this, and I love the crinkle. I just scrunched it up and when it was drying, and then kind of got just like a little bit of crinkle in there. I really do like I think I'm going to do this on the outside. Okay, first we're going to measure. So let's measure this real quick. And I believe it is 5. Yeah, it's almost 6. So I think I'm going to do a 5-inch wide card and then have it by the 8.5 and 11. And then I'm going to do it to where it's on the right. And so I'm going to measure here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so I'm going to bend it here. So I'm going to fold that over on the 5. Get that crease down. And I believe I kind of want it to go in about maybe 2.5, so that a portion of the journaling card that I'm going to stick in it, I'm trying to get as much real estate. I'm just building on top of building. So it's like when I stick a tag, I don't want it to just be a tag. I want it to be a tag plus something else in it. So I think I'm going to do about 2.5 inches in from this. So I'm going to cut this off at this little mark here. And I think it'll be just perfect for that. I like to see enough of the card or whatever we're going to stick in. Yes, because I love that look. And I'm not necessarily going to cover this because I like it. I think it looks good just the way it is. But look how nice that's going to fit in here. That's going to look good. And it'll stick out of the top so that you'll be able to see. I could even put a tab on the top just so, we know it's something that you can pull out. Okay, I'm going to round the corners because that's what we do. And I'm going to ink it real quick. So let's round those corners. Because this is a very busy kit, I love it, and I love the busyness. I still don't want it to be so busy all the way around, because then it takes away from, the images themselves from the paper kit. So anything I can do to add book pages, coffee dyed paper, those kinds of things, I'm going to do that. And we'll just get this all inked up. And then this is going to go like this. So we need to do just this insert, the inside of this one. So how are you today? What you been up to? Anything exciting and fun? This is Friday, so the weekend is coming up. Do you have some fun things planned? Okay, and I'm not sure if I want to go this way, and I think I do. I think I do want to do it that way. And not that it matters, but I will tell you why. Because I have this lip up here, and so I want it to be a different color right there, so you'll know that it's something to pull out. Okay, so let's go ahead and ink this. Let's see how Art's doing today. See if he's going to be cooperating. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little jiggy jig through there. Jiggy jig. Just to get him all nice and then we're just going to glue these sides down. Well, it's really the top and the bottom. I think I'm going to put a little bit more on this right there. Yeah. So we're just going to hold that down. I love the crinkled look too. And I could actually just stress it a little bit with my, actually I think I'll use this one. This one has some ink on it. This has some like little bumps that you can go over to just kind of give it a little bit more dimension. Probably a few on the back too. I just think it turned out so pretty. I love coffee dyed paper. I just think every piece is so unique and different. You never get the same look twice. You just don't. Okay, so let me make sure that that's down. Okay, so this is 5 and this is 8.5. So I think we're going to need to have a card that is about, I'm going to say, I don't want to go, I want it to fit, but I've got glue in there, but I want it to kind of fit snug. I'm going to say 8. We're going to go with the whole 8. And then I don't want it to be, I'm going to do 4.5 by 8. So our insert journal card is going to be 4.5 by 8. 4.5 by 8. Okay, so what do I want to use? I definitely want to use this paper on my card, but I have to have something to put in it that is not too thick. And I might use, I think I'll just use this. Yeah. And then that way it'll be a journaling card and you can write on the back. Okay, so I want this to be 8. Let's see what this, it's 8. Let's cut it down. And I think I'm going to cut the edge so it doesn't have that crinkle. Whoops, wrong way. I'm going to cut this little crinkle edge off because it tends to bow a little bit. You know, can you see how it kind of does that whole whoop whoop? It's a little warpy look. But I can use those for belly bands, so that's not a problem. Okay, so I need to take 1/2 inch off. So, because this is 8.5 and I want it to be 8. So let me put it in. I'm not getting it right there. Okay, let me just check it. Yes, that's 8, and it's 8 by 4. So let's see if it's going to go in perfect. I could have done it a little bit more, but I'm fine, because then you can see that too. I may just pull it out just a little bit. There, like that. Okay, so I need an 8x4, but I kind of want to see the coffee stain paper in the back. So I'm going to do a 1/4 inch in on all of it. So it'll be 7 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I think I really want this. I think I want this side. So we're going to do 3 3/4, 3 3/4, sorry. 3 3/4, like that. And then I'm going to do, and I'm going to mark it because I'm just going to do that. So it's 8, and I'm going to do 7 3/4. It's just easier to mark it, and then that way I'm not trying to do math. I don't have to worry about doing math. Okay, so there's that. Okay, and I love it. I'm gonna love that. Okay, and then we can have that little red popping out. How pretty is that? So you can still journal on the back, and then you'll be able to journal on the back of this one. And you could journal there if you wanted to. And we can do something here. I don't know yet, but I'm going to put this aside. And now we're going to make the one that goes on the back. So we're using 65 pound. I'm going to use this one too. And before I fold it, I am going to just ink this up just a little bit. I just want to just bring some attention to these little knot holes. So I'm just going to kind of, I love that look. So if you just very gently, when you soak your paper, and like this is, like I say, 65 pounds, so it's pretty hefty. But when you soak it in your coffee solution or tea, when you pull it out to lay it on your table, just take it and just go, don't, but just hold it for a second and then unfold it and then lay it out. And it leaves these nice little bumps all over it, which I think are fabulous. And then that way I can determine which ones I want to, which ones I want to show. Okay. Okay, so we did, this one looks like it's not ripped, but so I definitely, so this one I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make it 5. So let me put that against it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to fold it over. Okay, and I think I'm going to go a little bit bigger on the opening so I can keep these. That's not even. I need it to be even. There. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it here. That way I can get those in. Because aren't they cool? Aren't they cool? Okay, so let's do that. And I may end up putting this one in the front and then put the other one in the back pocket. Okay, so let me just bring that down. I'm going to leave that there because I know we're going to use it in just a second. Okay, and of course, I do want to round the corners because I just like that look. Oh, you know what I didn't do? No, I'm doing 8.5 by 11. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's the other ones that I'm not. Okay, so let me ink it real quick. Get that going. And then that part's going to be folded, so we don't need that. Okay. And then I think I'm going to do this one this way, because on the back, I may have to keep them the way they are. Yeah, so I'm going to fold it this way. And this is how our card's going to go in. So let's close this up. I'm going to put glue on the top and on the bottom. And then I'm just going to hold it down. I'm going to hold it down. Okay. That looks good. So now what we're going to do is do our card. So I'm going to use, didn't I have a little piece? Yes, I did. So I have another piece, and I'm going to cut off that end, but I'm going to do it a little bit bigger because I feel like I took too much off. Because this is 5, and I did it at 4, but I think I want to do maybe 4 3/4. I'm going to make it a little bigger. And why not? You know? Okay. And then I'm going to take this edge off just a tiny bit, because that's the whole bowing. And then I'm going to just, let's see, I said, let me get this one out as a guide for height. Okay. Okay, there's that one. And I didn't glue that one yet because I'm like, I might as well glue it all at the same time. Okay, and then I can use the other side of this. And I think I'll do this because I'll get the white and the red. So I did this one at 4 3/4, so I need it to be 4 1/2. So I'm going in 1/4 of an inch on each side. So it'll be that. And then this was 8, so it's going to be 7 3/4. Just going in a bit. Save those little pieces. Why did I do that? How rude. This Mr. Timmy tends to fall like that because the little hinge thing. And so anyway, I had to take a little sliver off that, but that's okay. It's still going to look fine. Okay. So I definitely, so here we go. This one goes to this, and I'm going to round all these corners because I'm going to follow that round. And not only that, but in this kit, I have a lot of circles. We tend to forget about the old circles, so I made some circle belly bands and some circle booklets, and so I just want to kind of keep with that whole rounded theme instead of a square look. So we're going to do that. So that one goes on there. And this one goes over here. It looks like rain again today. I don't know why we're getting so much rain. I know it's supposed to really rain this weekend. But I don't know why. I guess it's just like a summer storm or something. Okay, put that aside. Put that aside. Okay, and you know we have to ink, so here we go. We're going to ink all this. And I might just speed it up, you know, while I'm, so that I can get through it without wasting time. I'm just really enjoying just being free in this journal and just, you know, putting a whole lot of different things and little goodies in here. So want that side to show. So I think I'm gonna glue it down to this side. I don't know. I like it. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, it's dark, but I kind of like the light better. And then that way, the back has this, and I can put a little bit of stuff on that. I just love it. Okay, so let me ink the other one. Then we'll glue it down, and then we'll stick it in, and then we're going to move on to our belly band journaling card. And so I'm trying to think what I want to do for that one, because I'm trying to get the most real estate as I can. I love writing journals. I know a lot of people have beautiful, you know, journals that are just so full, and I love it. There's so much, you know, ephemera and this and that. But I just am a, you know, it's personal preference, and I like a journal. Even if I'm not going to keep it and I'm going to sell it, I like it to have space for journaling. So I like to add little hidden spots and all those kinds of things. So okay, so let's do the same with this. I think I'll just put this one the same. You can't cover that up. I'm sorry, but you just can't cover that. It's just too gorgeous, darling. Too gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to go like this, and this, and then this. And then we're going to do the same for this. Okay, so deciding how and what I want to put, how I want to put it on here. You know, I had this dilemma the other day, because if you put art glitter glue or you know, Lineco of any, you know, it's going to show the lines through the paper. But if you use UHU, it could come up. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got this liquid gel, the Aqua. It's Tombow, and so I think I'm going to use this. And see, it's a wet glue, and so it's not going to make my page bow at all. And I don't think you'll be able to see all the glue through there, but it will stick it down. Let me just make sure I have the edges. Okay, and I like this glue. Now remember, I have like a little edge that I'm going to be, but I need to make, yeah, there it is. And this does give me some room to slip it around, like slip and slide. Nope, I need my rag. Okay. It's probably going to squish out a little bit. Okay, let me get my bone folder. Even that is so pretty. Look at that. I love it. It's going to be so pretty in there. And then you just leave it out so it's like that. I love it. Okay, there that one is. Okay, let's do this one. Same thing. We're just going to use Mr. whatever this is. Tombow. What is it? Tombow. Whatever that is. But I bought it, and I don't always use it, but I like it for these kinds of projects. I have to bring it up to make sure I can see the glistening of it, to make sure I get enough on the edges, because that's what I'm worried about. And that's what I'm worried about, is the edges. Okay, we're just going to put this down here. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. And And then when you go turn it over, the dart, yes, I love it. Okay, that's going to be nice. Let me get that glue off me. Okay. So we have this one. It's not dry yet. I'm trying to see if I can, you can see any bubbles in there. I can feel them. I can feel it. And so I'm going to turn this over and burnish that down to make sure that that glue spreads and doesn't clump up. It's a little bit better. Okay, so this one is going to go in here like this. And then this one is going to, is this the front? Yeah, this is going to be the front. And it's big, so it's going to, you know, it's going to be nice and thick. And then it's going to make this cover really nice. And I like it. And then you see it. And I really ought to put a tab of some sort to, so you'll know to pull it out. So we can think about that the next time. So this one is going to go like here, because I wanted to put this one in the back because it's a smaller card. Not that it matters. It's still a good journaling card. So, okay. And then this one will go like this. And of course, you get to see a little bit of red. And then this one will just fit nicely in the back. And it goes right in there, and then you can see that right there. Look how it automatically just gave us a good boxy. And I wanted some more stability on this, so I'm excited about that. And I believe what I'm going to do on the cover, I haven't, you know, we'll get to that when we do. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a gate hinge here of some sort, and then just have it to where it opens like that. Okay, so we're moving on in, and we're going to have to put paper here too, because this keeps coming up, and I'm just going to go ahead and I put it there just as a, but you know, this this washi tape is not, you know, it's not going to stay without a little bit of extra help. But I am going to put paper and some stuff on top of it. Okay. Okay, so now we have this. So I would like to put something, a splash of red of some sort, but it has to be, no, I don't like that. Let me see. I kind of like this. I do. I like that. So here's what I'm going to do. Instead of using coffee dyed paper, I think I'm going to use coffee dyed book page. Ooh, look at that with the lines. I love it. Okay, so, and then what we can do is we can rip it down to size and then put this on it with like a little border. And then I can put one of my sentiments. I think I have one that has to do with, yes, I can put that over here. Where the windmill turns, the heart rests. And I might even just have another sentiment. Okay, so let's do that. Let's put this on here. So my belly band is a little less than 7. So I think I'm going to have to go with, let me see how far this glue goes. It's pretty, it's about right there. So if it's there and there, I'm talking like, ooh, in between 6 1/4 and 6 1/2. And that's what I'm going to have to do. So let me get my page cut down first. And I think I'm going to decal it. I like the decal look on this. So I'm going to get Mr. Timmy Decal. I'm going to leave the So I said between 6 1/4 and 6 1/2. 6 1/4 and 6 1/2. So this is about 6 1/4, and I'll go up. So I'm going to go up a little bit more because I kind of wanted to have a little bit of that. That's okay. I'm just going to decal it to the thing. Now we'll go from this side. I'm trying to work it out in my head. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so 6, 6 1/4, a little bit more. I'm going to save those because you just never know. And then it's going to be too big, but I kind of like this ripped look, which is different than a decal. So I may just rip it down and just do it like that. Okay, you're being, okay, there you go. Okay, so let me just, try not to get that extra. There, okay. It's a little bit more wonky than this, so let me do this side too. Kind of come in a little bit. And then out again. Yeah, there. I just want it to look a little bit rougher than what it was. Okay, and it still is the right height, and so I'm good with that. And I might decal this page. So this is about, okay, 6 1/4. So let's make this 6 high. And I want, that has to be on there. So we're going to take it like right to that. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, we have that. And I'm just going to see what that is. That's about 4 3/4. Might be a little bit less than that. Is that going to cut that? Let me do it like this. And 6. But I want a decal top, so let me bring it about like that. And then I will put this on 6. Take that off. Okay, got all my pieces in there. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, it's 2. I'm going to have to pull this in just a little bit. So I'm going to cut it a little bit more. Okay. And then if I have one of these that goes here, and I may, okay, now that I have that done, I'm wondering if I should just, I kind of want a little bit more of that back paper to show, because when we put it in, let's look at this book real quick. It's going to go in like this. Nope, I like it like that. Okay. I like it like that. So I'm going to take it in as far as I can without cutting into the windmill and the blade. Just going to give us just that extra little piece. I like it. Okay. I like it. Oop, let me put that up because I'm not going to use that again. Okay, so there's that. And I'm not sure because I may have to cut that out. And then we'll see. The thing is it just takes a lot of time to do all of the ephemera and to make it. So, but one thing that I do have is I have a lot of ephemera already made out of book pages and stuff. So I think I'm about to pull that out so we can look at it and see what we can put in some of the other pockets and so forth to make tags, because then I can just add whatever paper and whatever embellishments I want to on the top, because I really do want it to have some, I kind of like this side better. I kind of want it to have a little bit of a, because I love the coffee stained look with the kit because it's sepia, so it really does match the aesthetics of it. So I kind of like that, and I want the roughness. So okay, so yes, I do like the darker. Yes, I do believe that looks really good. And I wish that I didn't have words there and it was just the plain. But what do? You don't do nothing. You just take it the way it is. Okay, so this is going to go on here. So let's go ahead and get that on there. And I think for this, I'm going to use, oops, I keep turning it to my address. I'm going to use UHU Glue. Because for paper, it's just better to do that. And I've noticed, I was telling you the other day, I've noticed that my glue is just like, I know it's, you know, I don't keep my air conditioner on, you know, low. I keep it on 74 constant. Here in Texas, you know, it's like 90 something already. So, but I try to turn it up. Yesterday I turned it up to 75. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can do that. I'm like, I mean, I'm just in the house, but when I start cooking or, you know, doing whatever, it's like, oh no, that's a little warm for me. So, but I try to be frugal. So anywho, we shall see. Let me turn it this way. But anyway, I think I was like, is my glue just not? Am I doing something to the poor glue? If there's a little more on the bottom than the top, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. We're just making a fun little element to have. Okay, so there's that. Now we need like a little bit of coffee stained paper on the back. Even if it's just one strip down the middle, it's going to support it. And I could actually just do two. I think I'll do that. I'll just do two little strips. And then it's covered. Let me see. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this in half. And then what it is, it is. So it's 8 1/2, so it'd be 4 1/4. So let's just cut that at 4 1/4. Because, you know, I like to use what I have. So, and this, I have this, so why would I not use it? And they can be staggered. I'm okay with that. We'll bring that one over and that one. And we do have a little bit of text there. It doesn't matter, but it's one sentence, but that's okay. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to rough it up just a little bit. I'm going to rough it up, you guys. I don't have one of those Timmy Holt things. I used to have something like that, but I don't know what happened to it. So I just use my scissors. We're just going to rough it up a little bit. Because this is the farm. And in the farm, nothing is pristine. Nothing at all. Okay, so there's that. And this 65-pound after it's coffee dyed is very, very sturdy and strong. It gives a lot of support, so. Sorry about the scratching. I hope that doesn't bother you. But we got to do what we have to do. And I think I'm going to do one of those little scratch little things right here. And then I have my trusty. Let's just get that off there. It's just going to add to it. Maybe do a corner over here. And then when I ink it, it's going to be fabulous. Look at that. And I'll do that one lighter. Yeah, that's going to look good. Okay. And then let's just ink it. Add to it. I think I might even just rip a little thing out of here. I don't need that. Let's just get a hole going in there. Right? Just take a little bit off the edge. It doesn't have to be pristine. Yes, love it. Okay, let's do the same here. I need to, let's take a little gouge out of the top. I don't want it to look like a fingernail dug in there. And what that does is it just kind of, you know, takes off the top. There's a crack right there that needs to be. Anyway, I saw that from Miss Paint-A-Lot. Go check out her channel. She is so good. And you know what I love about her too is that they're not monetized and they choose not to be. And I'm actually thinking of that for myself too. But we'll just have, because I'm not monetized right now. But and she just, you know, she has like Patreons and people that support her. And that way when you watch her videos, you don't have any commercials. And I love that because that's what it's about. But I will tell you this, and I did want to say, my husband and I we are YouTube watchers. We do not watch mainstream TV at all. And so I'm going to put another one I mean, it might be a little overkill, but I kind of like it. I'm just going to do that just real light. Just so it's, yeah, I like that. I mean, even if you can get a good crinkle like that, you know, just something that's not a natural look. But anyway, we have YouTube Premium. We used to pay $14 a month. Now we pay a little bit more. But it is so worth it because that's all we watch. That's all we watch. And so we get all of our news from there. We watch all of our podcasts, you know. The people that we watch are on YouTube. I had to sling that on the ground because... Okay, so anyway, it is so worth just paying that extra money a month because YouTube's free. But there's all the ads. You know what I think I could do is just put a pocket in here. Do you think it would catch? And then I could stick something really cute in there. That would be awesome. I mean, you could still have writing space here, but then it just adds like a little pocket back here. You know, I'm always looking for something extra to put in. Okay, let's do that. We're going to do it. Okay, so let's just glue this down, and I am going to use art glitter glue. Anyway, we pay to have no ads whatsoever, and it's nice. It's nice to watch everything. I'm telling you, everything we do is on YouTube, and so, but they can count on our money every month, and so that it's nice that, you know, we don't have to worry about. We just don't have to worry about having ads. But anyway, go to Miss Paint a Lot. It's Paint a Lot, all one word. And I saw this on her channel where you bend it, but you use the sandpaper to kind of get the surface off so that it gives it just a little bit more aged looked or whatever. Okay, let me get my stuff out, you guys. I have so much stuff in here that we can use. Why make something when I have something, you know? Look at this. And I made these. These are adorable, and we ought to make them one day. Look how cute. I have like a little pad of scrap paper, and it's on like a little, I just made it out of cereal box, or I don't know, some kind of box. I can't remember where I saw this. It might have been Justine with House of Mahalo. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't remember. You know how you see things and you make so much stuff and then you can't remember, especially if it's been a long time. Okay, so we need something to go in here. So I know I have some little, look at that, see? Look how cute that is. We're going to make these too. Look at this. I love these pocket things. Let's keep that out because I think we need to put one in this journal. Okay, so how about, I've got some of these that have like some old farm equipment stuff on it. That would be good. Can you see? I'm just looking to see. I have music and that really doesn't apply. And I have some of those. I like this because it's kind of farmy. What is this? Let me see. It is Sirocco liquid wood filler. That looks like something that would be at our jumbo whitewashing spraying machine. Yeah. Wood paste filler. Yeah. That'd be something you'd have on a farm. You know what I could do is I have my book. I could pull that out and make a specific tag just for that. I'm looking to see if I have something back here made out of that I could cut down. Yeah, see, like these. I have these. This would be really cool to put in here. I have a smaller one. I have a bigger one. Let me see. How to order. What are we ordering at Sears and Roebuck? I know I have some plowshares or something. Oh, see, I have that. I had this out to make today too. I was like, we need to make something. I had pulled this one out and said, we need to make something like this for this journal. And look, this one has horse and a buggy. That's perfect for the farm. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this, and then we'll use that and that. And I don't know. I'll just leave it out because look at all this I have. It's already made. It's already done. And you know what we need? We need one of these. Oh, yeah, we do. Because those are perfect for putting goodies in. Except I need one that is doubled. All of these are a single. Except for this one, but it's mathematical. And I just don't believe that goes with the project, lovey. It doesn't. So we won't use it. Yeah, we're not going to use graphs. Okay. Okay. I could look through here and just go, okay, let's look through here and see what we got. Oh, look. Manure. Oh my goodness. Of course we're going to use that one instead of this. Manure. Yes. I knew I had some more things in here. And look what we can do. I'll show you. What you can do is we can add like a flip out on this. And then we'll have a tall, skinny. Oh my. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So I may use that too. I don't know. So let me put those aside. Okay, so at least we have this, and we're good to go. So let me add that This goes here. And then it'll be a surprise on the back. You're not even going to know there's an extra tag in there. Okay, so there's that. Let's move on. Okay, so we have a coin envelope with some goodies in there. We don't have to do anything to that. We put this in. This is our little journaling card. And it's blank on the back. And you know I like to cover my stuff with something. But right now, let's just concentrate on tags and stuff. Okay, here's this flip out. And I have this prompt in that one. Oh, we need something here. Did we have it? Okay. We need a tall tag. And you know what? No, that won't fit. It'll have to be skinnier. Okay, so we need a tall tag to go in here. So let's measure how tall we want it to be. And I'm going 8. I'm gonna go 8. And then this is probably gonna be, it can't be 3, because if we do that, there's glue in here. So let's do a little less than 3 by 8. Okay, and then I glued it down so it would be a tall tag. 3 by 8. And of course, we're gonna go with coffee dyed paper. And you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my 110. I have this piece. Look how sturdy that is. But we're going to need it to be sturdy to stick it in that long of a... So 8. I already forgot, you guys. Oh my goodness. Get it together. That's why I have this pencil here, because I write stuff on my desk. Okay, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say? 3... Yes, a little less than 3, and I said 8. Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, 3 by 8. So I need this to be 3. But this is 110, and I don't do a whole lot of this very often, because, and I have quite a few pieces, because it's really thick. So there's 3. Let me check to see if it fits before I make a commitment. Okay, not gonna do it. I'm gonna take this little wobbly part off over here. So I'm gonna do a little less. It's not gonna hurt me to cut a little bit more off. And then let's see what that is. A little bit more. I'm going 2.5. I'm going to go 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. And it's okay to go 2.5. Let me see. This is 8.5 and I said 8, so I'm just going to take off a little bit. Honestly, I kind of like it to stick up. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Because I might put a dangle or something. I don't know. Okay. Perfect. Let's get it down in there. And it's sticking out. That's going to be fabulous. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to cut them, make it look like a tag. So I have my little tag maker. So we're going to do this. It's going to be a little skinny one. That's all right. It's going to look like a tag. That's exactly right. It is going to look like a tag. Okay, I'm going to have to check and see what time it is, because I think I've been on here for 2 hours or something. Okay. And we've only gotten, what, how many? Just a few things done? Yeah, it's just going to leave just a little bit at the top, but it's kind of cute that way. And then I'll put a grommet in there and just show that. That'll be cute. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. So I need something on it, because we can't just leave it plain. Let me see what I have over here. Okay, none of this. Do I have any other pieces? I have this. And I'm okay with that. Let's just do it. I like to use up what I have. Let me check the time, because I don't want to be going for 5 hours. It's already on 54 minutes. So I'm going to finish this And then that's going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to have to go with it. Okay, I'm going to glue this part down. And I'm going to use this. I sure am. Let's do this. Let me establish my corners and my edges, and then I'll just go in here and do. I'm trying to look and see. I think I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to do it like that. Get over here. I saw you trying to move. Okay. Whoops, it's a coming out, boy. I was squeezing that out, wasn't I? Let me see. Get that off. Here's some more down here. Okay. Looks like it needs to be over a little bit, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about this glue coming out because I don't want it on the back of my project. Okay, let's just get that going. I guess this is the kind that you just have to go gently. No pushing hard, just gently. Okay. That is good to go. See, I can still feel a little bit, but I can't see it. So as long as I can't see it, because I don't, nope, it's fine. Okay, let's cut that out. And I'll wipe my scissors off as soon as I'm done. As soon as I am done, I'm going to wipe my scissors off. I do have some of those Tim Holt scissors that you can use for, you know, cutting glue and stuff. But I have these that I use. I have a specific pair for fussy cutting and whatever. But these, I have 2 pairs of these, and these are the ones I use all the time. Then I definitely have to wait for this before I can put any grommet or anything in, because the glue is going to have to dry. Okay, so that goes in the old trash can. Okay, and that is going to be my insert tag on that big pocket, and it'll be sticking out at the top, and that will be fabulous. I'll put a grommet in here. Maybe we can hang us a little dangle of some sort on that. Okay, so we did card in the front. I love it. Card in the back. So we did 2. And then we did this. That's 3. And I like it. Just the rough look. I do. That's 3. That was already there. And that. And then this is 4. So we did 4 things today. We got 4 things done. I'm good with that. So I'm just going to be gentle because of the glue. But yeah. And it's going to stick out of the top, which I'm okay, because I love to have things like these. But then I can put something really cool on there. So anyway, that's it. That's it. And we're under an hour, which is cool. So I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me today. And I hope you have a great day. I really do. And I will see you next time. But remember, you only know what you know until you know something different. Bye-bye.